So first of all, y'all may notice that I'm not in the studio. Not in the studio today because, scheduling, life happens. So I got to do it from the crib. But the co-host did stop by. He stopped by. He gave me a little bit of his contribution before he left. So I'm still in on that. But this is the Lisper Podcast. And I'm once again it's your host, the Lisper. In today's episode is called Call Me Mima. That's why it's called Call Me Mima. Because guess what? I did one called Big Bub about Bubba, which is my daddy. And so I'm going to do one called Call Me Mima, which is about, you guessed it, my mother, who is Mima. And she ain't just Mima to her grandchildren, but we'll get into that later. But also, I was kind of a little bit upset that this co-host showed up because I was going to try to do this episode with limited to no cussing because me mom don't say no cuss words, so I'm trying to do this without cussing. So forgive me if one slips out. But out of respect for me, mom, I'm not supposed to be saying cuss words on this episode. So I'm gonna try my best not to. But when I get down to the nitty gritty, something might slip out of my, it might come out of my soul. It's from my spirit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But anyway, so let's start with this, right? I told you about my daddy, now I'm gonna tell you about my me mom. I don't, first of all, she's not my me mom, she's me mom to the world. She's my mother. She was Big L. She was Linda. No, she was never Linda. She was always Big L. She was always Big L to me until she started having grandchildren, and then she became me mom. But before that, Linda was Big L. It was Big Bob, and it was Big L. We didn't say Big Linda because Linda was too long. Linda didn't mix with the song. I'm gonna go back. Me and my sister started a song, and we used to walk around the house. We used to put my mom and my dad's shoes on, and we would go, Big Bob and Big Linda. But Big Linda didn't work. Because Bob was like, one syllable and Linda was two, so it was like Big Bob and Big Linda. But, so we just kind of like cut the Linda off, the ender. We cut the ender off the Linda. You get that? You see? We cut the ender off of Linda. We cut the ender off of Linda. We ended up with Big L, but that's what she was. She was Big L now. As far back as I know in my whole life, we was Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't know what day she became a Jehovah's Witness. I just know that since I was a baby boy, that's what this woman was. And that's what this woman still is. And that's what this woman sticks to, lives by, guides by, goes by. Everything is related and goes back to that Kingdom Hall, back to Jehovah God, back to being a witness of the Lord and all of that, And I don't remember ever celebrating holidays or nothing like that. I do remember that in my room, there was a candy cane that was drawn. It was red and white, and it was a candy cane drawn on the wall. My older sister told me that she drew that candy cane when they had a Christmas in their house. So there was one Christmas in that house that I know of. There was one Christmas in that house that I know of. It's like legend, but I didn't see it. I didn't experience it. I don't remember it. None of that. So now let's talk about Big L, right? So she was a Jehovah's Witness the whole time, which was kind of crazy to me because, like I said before, and if y'all went my podcast about my dad was a heathen, right? So it was like do opposites attract. Then the other thing I always thought about as a child, and I still think about it sometimes as an adult, I wouldn't dare ask. Because I don't want to know for real, but it's on my mind, it's in my body, my soul, my spirit. It was like, Linda, was you a heathen before this? You know what I'm saying? Because how did you and Bubba get together? I know they say opposites attract, but God, I was about to cuss. Y'all saw me. I caught myself, but they say opposites attract, but this is a little too much. This is a different side of the spectrum. This is heaven and hell. This is Jesus Christ and Satan and the devil almost. You know what I'm saying? It was like, that opposite, that far away from each other, and y'all was in love. Y'all was, getting down, making babies, fornicating. Now, see, but she wasn't a witness then. She wasn't a witness before I was born to the fornication. Everybody fornicates. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, how did y'all get this far away on the spectrum? So sometimes I think, like, Big L, was you a heathen? Big L, did you smoke a little marijuana back in your heyday? Was you a drunk? Was you drinking a little something? Was you saying cuss words? Was you out here cussing? That's all I want to know. Was you out here cussing? Was you out here saying cuss words? Was you out here shaking that ass? Was Big L twerking before when she was a young brother? Was Big L 17 getting Big L, huh? Was you saying, don't stop, get it? Was you doing any of that? Was you doing that? I always was curious to say what was my mama doing before she found the Lord, before Jesus Christ and Jehovah God and the witnesses embraced her. What was she out here doing in these streets? But I never asked her because she's gonna tell me to get out her face. She's gonna say, Tyrone, you better get out my face. You know what I mean? She's not gonna answer that. She's not gonna say, oh yeah, back in the day I used to back that thing up. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna tell me that. She's not. She's not. So, it's a moot point, but I always thought about it. I always thought about it because I always said, ain't no way. Ain't no way. And my dad never wanted to not be what he is. He never wanted to not be what he is because his family all go to church and all in the church and praise the Lord. My mom been a Jehovah's Witness for 45 years and always going to the Kingdom Hall and got my dad to go. My dad had Bible studies and everything. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord. And he still was going to be a heathen. You know what I'm saying? That's like my mom couldn't convert him, couldn't transform him, couldn't turn him over. God couldn't make him love him. You know what I mean? My dad, but I think it was partly because my dad couldn't read the Bible. My dad's a little bit illiterate, and the Bible had that small print. Not only can he not read, but it's small print too. And it's confusing as hell. You need somebody to explain it to you. And my dad don't like people. Yeah, my mom, you know what, Big Al, you should have never tried to get that man in that Kingdom Hall. You tried to force my dad to do a lot of things he was not capable of. Now it's you. It's your fault. Mad at you now, Mom. Not mad at you. I love you so much. I mean, so now I can't go that far back because I don't remember a time where we wasn't a big old family. Okay. So I can't go, before my little sisters was born, this is the way we live, because I'm not that far away from her. My one sister is maybe like 4 years, almost 4 years younger than me. My other sister's 9 years younger than me, but I vividly remember her being around. And my baby sister's 9 years younger than me, but I vividly remember her being around the whole time. And I don't have a lot of moments that I remember before her. I remember me and my older sister used to make me dance with her. I remember my mom said that my older sister was very protective of me. She was like my second mother. I remember times where me and my middle sister were really, really close and hung out and was like best of friends. And she had her cricket doll, and I had my my Chucky doll. Was it Chucky? It wasn't Chucky. It was like cricket Corky. I had my Corky doll, and she had her cricket doll. Don't say that. My mom brought me a Corky doll. It was nice. It was a big doll. Baby used to talk. It was like my buddy, you know what I'm saying? But not my buddy. But it was Corky and cricket. And I remember me and Marie used to have those dolls. I remember we used to walk around. I remember we used to make up our own games, Cheaty and them, so I remember some good times and some things before my baby sister was born. But for the most part, we always had a lot of children. And for the most part, my mom always worked. She always worked. She worked at the school. She had a night job. She was a hardworking woman, and it was like. It was like she was everything. She was the hard worker. She was the made sure we ate dinner. She was the one who did our homework with us because she was smart. I mean, my mom got some college education and she was smart. So she did the homework. She did everything. And my dad did, he worked. And he did have a car, so he did drive us places at times and things like that. But it was like my mom was the backbone of our household, right? But and then you know how people say like your dad be the enforcer, like your mom be like, wait till your dad get home. I'm gonna tell your dad this, your dad that, your dad this, your dad that. Now, my dad wasn't enforcing. It was the other way around. My dad was like, yo, I'm gonna tell your mom. I'm going to tell your mother. My dad didn't give two fucks about what happened, what we did, nothing. As long as my mom was cool with what was going on, my dad didn't care. If we wanted to spend the night out, if we wanted to go outside, if we wanted to eat this, we wanted to cook that, we wanted to play video games, we wanted to break the house down, tear the house down, burn the house down, burn the TV out, whatever. There was always, I don't give a fuck. I mean, dang, I messed up. But it was always like, I don't care. Make sure it's cool with your mom, because my mom was the enforcer. You know, and although I do blame the Jehovah's Witnesses for everything good in my mom's life, I do blame the Jehovah's Witnesses and her religion and her relationship with her God that made her the great person that she is. But I also blame them for the wealth and the bumps and the bruises and the blood, all the things that happened to me during my childish beatdowns. And no, it ain't about calling DHS, getting my mom arrested, and none of that dumb stuff like that. It's just about my mom. My mom would tear your butt up. Okay. And it was a different time back then. My mom didn't do too much tearing up of the butts of her grandchildren. But us, me and my sisters, yes, the butt was torn up. And she said it just like that too. I'm going to tear your butt up. And she meant it. She meant it. And we were scared because we was like, damn, Linda gonna tear our butts up, but I didn't know she was gonna tear everything up. Linda will tear everything up. Your butt, your arm, your elbow, your fingers, your foot, your toes, your teeth, your mouth, your eyeballs, your nose, anything that Linda could hit, she was gonna tear up. So when Linda said she was gonna tear your butt up, she didn't mean tear your butt up. She was Megan Thee Stallion, okay? She was gonna tear up your body, yada, 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 yada. Your whole thing, head to toe, she was gonna tear it up. If I knew what I knew now, I would stick my hands on the wall and stick my butt out and just say, go ahead, go to town. Because trying to defend a Linda Beaton was was a mute point. And the reason why I blame the Jehovah's Witnesses, the reason why I blame her relationship with the Lord was because there's a Bible verse. And I don't know what verse it is, but I know that if the rod of discipline will remove foolishness from a boy, but it isn't foolishness from a child, boy, woman, girl, anybody. If it's a child, the rod of discipline will remove foolishness from them. And it also said that the children are gifts from God. And God says, use the rod of discipline. And my mom used the rod of discipline, the belt of discipline, the hanger of discipline, the broom of discipline. You know what I mean? She found a whole lot of things to discipline, but the Bible wasn't specific. I mean, it was specific. It said rod. It did say rod. So I'm like, now, Mom, I'm like, yo, you didn't listen to Jehovah. Because he said use the rod of discipline. He ain't saying nothing about hitting these kids with no damn broom. He ain't saying nothing about whapping me with that wire hanger. Okay. The only thing my mom didn't do, my mom didn't use the extension cord. I guess that was that puts it to the limit. The limit. So we didn't get the extension cord. But we got belts, we got shoes, we got hangers, we got wiffle ball bats, we got hard brushes. Okay, we got brushes. One of the most terrifying moments in my life, my mom was like, let me just go ahead. Big L was teaching my little brother how to spell. He had spelling tests. He was messing up with his spelling. And Big L was in charge of teaching him how to spell. So she was like, spell this, spell that. She had that brush in her hand. She had this wooden brush in her hand. And she would read him the word bathroom. B-A-T-H-R-O-O-M. Bathroom. Spell it. B-A-T-T. Did I say B-A-T-T? Then it was like he was getting him. And I'll never forget this. I don't know how to this day, I don't know. If I was my brother, I would never say helicopter. I would never ride in a helicopter. I would never look at a helicopter on TV. Any movie that has a helicopter in there, I would not watch it. Helicopter would give me PTSD for sure. Because helicopter, I'm almost getting scared at the word helicopter because God, man, helicopter was the worst thing I ever seen happen in my house. My mom said helicopter. 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 And my brother said, H-O. Helicopter. H-E. H-E-C. What? And I mean, this must have went on for like 2 hours. 2 hours of just back with that brush. I mean, I was in the corner going, man, smell it. Please smell it. I thought he was going to die. I said, man, Mom, you're going to kill him. But you can't say nothing. That was another thing. When one kid was getting a beating by Linda, you had to leave the room or keep your mouth shut. Everybody had the boo-boo. The whole house had the boo-boo. Even my dad. Even my dad had to go to the bathroom. As soon as Linda pulled out the wiffle bat, picked up the broom, picked up anything that she could hit someone with, the house was like, it was like, what is it called? The show, the cop show, right? So it was like the cop show, Law and Order, right? As soon as Linda picked up a broom, a bat, or anything, the house singer went boom, boom, because you knew something was up. Like it was like boom, boom. It was like the bat signal went up, the bat signal, literally a bat signal went across the house, lit up, the bat was out. And we all knew, and all the kids went, it was like thunder, Thundercats, oh, but just with a bat, because Linda was about to beat somebody. Yeah, as soon as that happened, it was like, oh, I got diarrhea, I gotta go to the bathroom. Everybody beeline for the bathroom, because we already knew there was nothing you could do. If Linda was beating a kid and you was in the facility, you was probably gonna get beat too. There was no way around it, because like if you breathe, Linda would be like, are you breathing? Are you breathing while I'm over here giving beatings out? You must want to beating too. And it's just like, whoa. You could even take up for your sisters and brothers. I could not never take up for my siblings. If one sibling was getting beaten, I couldn't say they didn't do it. I'd be sitting there feeling guilty sometimes. Guilty as a mother. Marie never felt guilty, but me, I feel guilty sometimes. Okay? Because when my mom would go, why you break this? And I'm sitting there going, I know I broke that. I know I broke it. I know I broke it, but Marie's getting a beating for it. And my mom is beating her, and I can't say, no, mom, it was me. You know, I can't say it. My body won't let me say it. My mind is telling me yes. But my body's telling me, you better not, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It was like, it wasn't even saying no. My body was telling me it better not. My body was physically, I was stroking out trying to say it. Mom, it was, my body was like, you better not do it. You better not do it. Like, you know what I mean? My body wouldn't even let me get it out because I saw what Marie was getting, and I was like, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. So I couldn't defend her. Anytime you did something wrong, you just had to take it. Meanwhile, Marie, my little sister, I be getting a beating for something she knows she did, and she be over there like, because when me and mom turned around, you can't be laughing. So she did. You know what I mean? But man, you couldn't even talk because you was gonna be another one and another one and another one. You know what I mean? No matter what you was getting beaten for. So if Deborah was getting beaten for not washing the dishes, then me and mom turned around and she would see like a piece of dirt on the floor, like any speck of dirt, like a tiny piece of lint. And me and mom would be like, and you were supposed to sweep the floor. And I'm like this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can. Maybe I would tear some butts up, dog. It was crazy. It was crazy. Me and mom used to tear some butts up, man. But that was because we was gifts from God, and God said you used to ride. And so me and mom would tear some butts up. Also, me mom was devoted to being a Jehovah's Witness, and she devoted us into being it. And it wasn't like, and it wasn't in a bad way. It wasn't like a dictatorship, even though me mom's house was a dictatorship. Now, you don't get no questions asked. What me mom said goes. If you don't do what me mom says, you're going to face the consequences. But me mom understood that once you get older, you know, she understood that kids can have their own path in life. She understood that you might not believe what she believes. You know, she wanted us to. She wanted us to go to the hall. She wanted us to believe it. She wanted us to participate in it. And she did, you know, she did make us. But it wasn't with the intentions on like making us be Jehovah's Witnesses. It was more with the intentions on saving our lives. Because, you know, the religion preaches that the end of the world is near. The religion preaches that bad association with four useful habits. The religion preaches don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. And it's all good things, you know what I'm saying? It's all good things. It's all things that will make you want your children to be, you know, stick to your education, obey your parents, show respect to people. Don't be cussing, don't be fighting, don't be fornicating, don't be masturbating. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a murderer, a liar, a thief. Or, you know, it was all the good principles of life. For me, I wanted to have a good principle, but the one thing she really wanted was the everlasting life. They promised a everlasting life after this life was over, and they've been telling her and telling us the whole time that the end of the world was coming. You know what I mean? Armageddon was upon us, and she wanted her children and her husband to survive Armageddon. So she did everything in her power to get us to be Armageddon survivors, and we didn't listen. We kind of won our separation, did our thing, but she tried, man. She tried, and with that trying, it put a lot of unknown pressure on us, and it was pressure that me mom couldn't experience. You know what I mean? She didn't understand because me mom became a Jehovah's Witness as an adult, and she had no idea what it was like to be a Jehovah's Witness as a child. She had no idea what it was like to go to school and be separated. I guess she did because she was black, growing up in America, so she was separated. So I guess she did. Maybe she did relate, you know, how we felt about being Jehovah's Witnesses to her being black in a white America. Maybe she did, but you know, we were separated and isolated at times when they had Christmas things and they had Halloween things and birthday parties stuff, and we couldn't participate in. We were separated. But you know, the funny thing was, growing up, there was a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses in my class. So it was probably like 5 or 6 of us at a time. So we had our own little group, and we was able to make friends in our own little group. So it wasn't too bad. But yeah, but me mom was determined to save us. So yeah, we had to go to the Kingdom Hall. And we had to make sure we went to the Kingdom Hall, and we had to go to field service, and we had to do those things. And you know what? She was right though, because she would be like this. You know what? You don't want to go to the Kingdom Hall? That's fine. You don't want to go to field service? That's fine. But nothing's more important than the Lord. So if you're sick and you can't praise the Lord, you can't play no video games. You can't watch no TV. You can barely eat dinner. If you were sick, you can't praise the Lord, you can't eat dinner. If you was too tired to praise the Lord, you need to go to bed right away. You're too tired, you need to go to bed right away. For whatever reason that you gave to the point where you could not praise the Lord, you cannot do anything. You need to be dying. You need to be dying. That's how me and mom said, you need to be dying. So if you can go to the hall, you better be dead. You better need to go to the only place you can go. If you can't go to the hall, was to the hospital. And if me mom caught you not going to the hall and doing anything other than going to the hospital, yeah, you might make that trip. I'm just saying. You might make that trip. But all in all, though, me mom was a very, very kind and loving person to other people. To other people. You know, not to us as her children. And I'm not saying that she wasn't kind and loving to us. I'm saying, like, as an adult now, I can look back and I can see the sacrifices that she made. As an adult now, I can look back and I can see that she was working 2 jobs. As an adult now, I can look back and see that a lot of our childhood struggles was based on our daddy not being the daddy that he was supposed to be, and not based on me mom. You know, and a lot of our struggles with and me mom did a lot for a lot of people, and she was the kind of person. But as a child, I was just like, yo, man, me mom was the enforcer. Me mom is the warrior, and all she wants us to do to go to the hall, get good grades, and beat us. That's all she wants. Like, this is terrible. But looking back, I mean, she was just trying to raise her kids the right way in a world that didn't want us to be raised right. She was trying to keep us out the street. She was trying to keep us from, doing the wrong things. She was trying her best to love us and take care of us, and it just didn't, it didn't seem that way growing up until you get grown and you look back on it. And then, like, me mom helping me as an adult. My mom helped me out as an adult, shows me that, how much she cares about me, because she could have been like, hey, Tyrone, listen, man, you made your bed, lie in that bed, you did this, you did that. The respect levels wasn't always where they were supposed to be. You know what I mean? The love wasn't always where it was supposed to be. You did some things to me. You made me feel some type of way. My feelings was hurt a few times. You know what I mean? The stuff that parents and kids go through, but my mom could have turned her back. She really, really could have turned her back. Excuse me. She could have turned her back, and she did not. But now let's get to, let me see. Why she became, before she became me mom, I'm gonna say this, and I touched on it in the Big Bub episode, but I'm gonna touch on it right now. Me mom was the whole meaning of, like, it takes a village, it takes a community, it takes a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And me mom was one of the most trustworthy people on the planet. When parents didn't know how to take care of their kids, didn't want to take care of their kids, didn't know what to do with their kids, had their kids needed a babysitter, they always knew me mom do it. Sister Livingston, Linda, me mom was taking in these kids. Me mom wasn't going to ask you for no money. Me mom wasn't going to ask you for no food. Me mom wasn't going to ask you for anything in return. Me mom was just going to say, hey, you need a babysitter, send them kids over. We'll negotiate a price. We will. We'll negotiate a price, but that price was negotiable. It was like, oh, you're going to give me $40 a week? Okay, fine, I'll take $40 a week. Oh, you don't have the $40? That's fine. They can still come. Tell them, come on. Oh, you're going to give me half your food stamps? Okay, fine, I'll take the food stamps. Oh, you don't have no food stamps? Okay, it's all right. We'll work something out next week. But send the kids. Bring the kids over, because me mom don't want them kids in nobody else's house. Me mom don't want them kids in daycare. So me mom had Omar and Zakia. Me mom babysit. I got one of my brothers out of me mom just making a babysitting deal and making that babysitting deal become like, this is my brother now. He's been through our struggle. He's been in the trenches with me. And when his mama could no longer physically perform, me mom was there and I was there. And my brother, it was family. It was a village, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it was, right? And that village led to my other brother. You know what I mean? Like and to this day, those bonds can't be broken between me, him, and Joseph. You know what I mean? To this day, those bonds just can't be broken. We go through things, but we come right back because we brothers, because we were going through things and we went through them things together, and it all linked back to me mom just being a loving person that she is, and then love just transferred over and went through generations, and now here we are. But so me mom was babysitting. Me mom was taking people in. Me mom took my little cousin in. Now this was the beginning of the disrespect for me. This was the beginning of hold on, what's going on here? Because me mom took my little cousin in, got him in school, and was raising him like he was one of ours. And then he seen his mom or somebody that was on his other side of the family, and they was just like, oh, that's my cousin, that's my grandson, nephew, whoever came. And they came and they said, hey, what are you doing with my grandson? What are you doing with my nephew? What are you doing with my? And my mom said, hey, this is my husband's nephew. He lives in our house. He goes to school with my children. This is like my nephew's son. Like I'm taking care of this boy. And they said, oh no, you're not. Give him here. Give him here. And my mom said, okay, just take care of him. Just love him. And then it always turns back to, oh, you were trying to get money. You was trying to steal this kid for money. And I'm like, steal this kid for money? And I'm looking at my mom like, we could have got money all this time. That little mother was in our house. We could have got money, Mom. We could have got money for Naeem living here. We didn't get no money. We could have got money for this. We didn't get nothing. Like what? Like no, we wasn't getting no money. If anything, we was losing money. That dude, nigga, he be eating in here. And now my sneaker budget was $14.99, but last week I had to get $10.99 sneakers because guess what? My mom had to buy Naeem some sneakers. Fuck you, mean money. I'm sorry. But I'm saying, why are you talking about, like, we wasn't trying, me, mom wasn't trying to get no money. And when me and my sister was looking at them, we don't want Naeem to leave. I didn't want Naeem to leave. I'm sorry. I'm going to just spin it back. I didn't want Naeem to leave because I was real selfish, right? Let me tell you something. I was real selfish. And although Naeem's grandmother, she knew he was there, right? And she didn't give us no money or nothing for him. But Naeem got, like, good toys. His grandma used to buy him decent toys. Like he had Transformers, he had Thundercats, he had decent toys. And my mom bought me the toys that I wanted. She bought me like wrestling men, but a lot of my like sometimes I asked for specific wrestling men, and if I had a good report card or something, I can get those. But for the most part, my mom bought me like generic wrestling men. Like she bought me like the fake Hulk Hogan's from like the Woolworth or something. Like, you know what I mean? She bought me like the generic brand Hulk Hogan's, the generic wrestling men. She bought me like any man that she could find, like wrestling toys, and she got hand-me-down toys from her friends, but he had like the official Thundercats, the official Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys. Like he had good toys. So I didn't want him to leave because I knew he was going to take his toys with him. And I was playing with them Jones, like I don't know what. So I was like, no, I don't want him to leave because I wanted his toys, but I act like I love that little dude. I mean, it's my cousin. I love him as much as kids love kids, but you know what I mean? I really wanted his toys. But my sisters cared for him and everybody, my dad cared for him a little bit. So we were kind of salty when he had to go. But me, mom was just like, that's his family, and they want him, and he can go back. We've done all we can do. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Sometimes you just be like, what, me, mom? And what? You know what I mean? And then we had Omar and Zakiya used to come over. My mom used to watch them. My mom used to watch Michael, who became my brother. My mom used to do all kinds of things for all kinds of kids. And it was like, at first it was like, oh, me, mom's so sweet. But then it became annoying. It became real annoying because it was like, me, mom, why you doing like it was girls that lived in the neighborhood that was bald headed. I mean bald headed. I mean like knick-knack, paddywhack, no hair in the back, no hair in the front neither. Like, you know what I mean? Like bald, right? And my mom would come and take them in and go, oh, I got Don's comeback hair and I got this and I can braid it if they keep the braids and their hair grow. My mom was out here growing hair. My mom could have probably opened up a beauty salon if she wanted to. If my mom was living in this day and age, we would have had a ton of money because my mom would have definitely been doing that hair. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, Linda can put some hands on some hair, boy. And I don't know where she learned that. I don't know because I'm like, my grandmom didn't have many skills. My grandmama had two boys and a girl. I didn't know where my mom developed these skills for this hair, but man, I tell you what, back in the heyday, Linda put her hands on some hair, boy. And for what these women is getting now for doing hair, I'm looking at her like, man, Linda, you might need to come out of retirement. Yeah, you old, but man, put your hands on some hair, because damn, you know what I'm saying? But back in the day, Linda was just like, I'll do a hair. Just give me $5. Maybe not even $5. You know what I mean? Sometimes I know my mom was doing them for numbers because some of them girls in our neighborhood, I ain't gonna say the names, I ain't gonna put them out there. They know who they are. They love me. I love them. We still cool, tight. But Linda would put her hands in that hair, and they mom didn't have no money. She didn't have no money. And she just came over. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. And that's all my mom got. That's all my mom got was thank yous. But then after a while, the thank you stopped, and I said, Mom, we're not doing no hair. You're not babysitting. That kid can't come in the house. The thank you is not enough. You know what I mean? Two of my cousins came and stayed with us for a long time. Even when they wasn't living with us, they was living with us because their parents lived around the corner in the projects, and they didn't eat dinner there. They didn't eat dinner there. They ate dinner. They came to our house and ate dinner, and that was because of me, Mom. Because my dad don't. My dad like people. He don't like them that much. He don't like that much for you to come in our house. If you ever stayed in our house, me, Mom gave the permission. Okay, me, Mom said, "Come on." Me, Mom came up with that plan. Because my dad surely said, "I don't know what my brother gonna do, man. Them kids is hungry over there. They ain't got no food in their refrigerator, Linda. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what they're gonna do." Mom said, Bible, shut up. Bible, shut up. Just tell them, listen, Bible, Honey, all y'all just shut up. Just bring them kids over here. Just bring them over here. Now, Tyrone can put his dresser over there. We can take his bed down, put mattresses on the floor. Wait, what? What? You volunteer in my room? You're going to give up my bed? What? Are you serious, me, Mom? But you know, it's like, that's me, Mom. What she say goes, yeah. Tyrone. They gonna sleep in your room, and I know we gotta give your bed up. But listen, if you give up your bed, I promise you're gonna get a Nintendo. As long as you keep your schoolwork up, you keep going to the hall, you keep doing all the stuff that you was really supposed to be doing. But also, I'm gonna add giving up your bed to it. It wasn't nothing extra, but I'm gonna add giving up your bed to it, and then you really is gonna get that Nintendo. And I'm like, Mom, you ain't slick. You ain't slick. You're not helping me. Now I have a Nintendo, and now I need like 6 of them games. You know what I'm saying? I need more games now, Mom, or something else. The Nintendo was already on board. The Nintendo was already part of my contract, Miss Linda. What are you talking about? But she was just like, no, your cousins, they're your cousins. So now my room came from a room with a toy chest, dresser, TV, to a dresser on top of another dresser with a TV over there with my toy chest in the closet. My toy chest had to be forced into the closet, and no bed, a mattress on, 2 mattresses on the floor. One mattress was for me and whoever else. The other mattress was for 2 of my cousins, 3 of my cousins, whoever wanted to sleep on that other mattress. Sometimes my uncle. You know what I'm saying? And so that was what was going on. And then there were times when my mom's brother was going through some things. He ended up homeless, and my mom said, "Oh, my brother got to come stay with us." You know, my dad didn't really. My dad wasn't nice enough to do it, but he had no say so because Linda was basically like. Because although my dad was mean and nasty, and although my dad was tough as nails, and although my dad was this person and had this persona of being the man of the house and all of that stuff, my dad knew one thing for and 2 things for certain: he cannot hold this down without Linda. My dad knew for a fact if my mom walked out that door any day and said, "Here, Bubba, I'm leaving. Keep these kids." Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Bubba wasn't gonna be able to. No, ain't no way. Bubba was not gonna be able to take care of these kids. Bubba was not gonna be able to take care of no house. That's why if anybody ever talk to Bubba now, you ever talk to my dad now, you say, "Dad, what you gonna do if something happened to Linda? I'm going down south. I'm leaving. I'm going down south." That's right, because you got to get away from these kids. You got to get away from these grandkids. You got to get away from any responsibilities. Bubba was just gonna go down south and live in a trailer and be that drunk dude in the trailer. And all his money gonna be from his Social Security or fixing a car right on his lawn. And we're going to come see him once a year, maybe twice. I might come twice. My sister's one time. But I might come twice. We're going to come see him twice a year and say, "Hey, Bubba, you all right?" "Yeah, I'm cool, son. You know, I'm just been drinking this beer, playing my lottery." He going to be that old dude if something happened to Linda. Bubba is not about to be responsible for paying no bills. Bubba not about to be responsible for cleaning no house on his own. Bubba not about to be responsible for taking care of no kids. So he knew, listen, I may act all like this, but what Linda say goes. If Linda say you got to get out, you just got to leave. If Linda say anything in this house is going down, I don't care. He used to always tell us, "Hey, talk to your mom, ask your mom, tell your mom." Like, that was it. He had no real authority. There were that certain times when I was older and my mom was like, "I can't beat this boy." She'll tell my dad to beat me or whatever. She'll tell my dad, "Get your son." But for the most part, no, my dad didn't participate in a lot of things. And so when anybody stayed at our house, lived at our house, was involved in our house, it was Linda. And my uncle used to live there. And my uncle, he was a nice guy, real nice, taught me a lot of stuff, was real nice to me. And then there were times when he was a mean guy, where he was like real nasty. And I was like, "Dang, what's wrong with my uncle?" But I didn't realize that he was, had some drug issues. I didn't realize that as a child. I thought he was just like, "Oh man, Uncle mean," but now I know he was tweaking out sometimes, and we should have left his ass alone. But my uncle stayed there. And one of my dad's brothers stayed there in my room. Everybody stayed in my room. Well, actually, no. But one of my dad's brothers is serving a life sentence for being a murderer, right? But he came to our house. And my mom was right. My mom was right because I was specifically, and I was still a child then, but I specifically heard my mom go, Bubble, who gets thrown out of the project? This is what happened. My uncle and his wife and his 2 children was living in the projects. They were living in the Philadelphia housing. And they said they got put out and they had to come stay with us. And my mom said, Bubble, how did they get put out the projects? I know about the projects. I'm from the projects. I came from the projects. Nobody gets put out the projects. They rent is only $50 a month. And if they rent is $50 a month and they got put out the projects, how are they going to live here? What are they going to pay here? What are they going to do here? And they couldn't pay $50 a month, Bubble. No way. No way. And they got 2 kids. 2 kids too. I heard my mom tell my dad these things. And I heard my dad, here's the kicker. I heard my dad go, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know what they're going to do. They're not coming up in here. My dad said the exact words, they are not coming up in here. They're not coming up in here. That's what my dad said. Yeah, I heard him. I'll never forget it. My dad told my mom they was not coming up in here. My mom said, well, Bubble. That's how she talks. That's how she talks, all nice and kind. When she wants to be nice, that's how she talks. Well, Bubble, they can just come and they can stay in the girls' room for a little while and blah, blah, blah. And she made it work. And they came and they stayed in my sister's room. But here's the thing. So my sisters got put out their room. And where do you think they went? Back to my room. I was back to 2 mattresses on the floor again. So my sisters could come sleep in my room. So my aunt, my uncle, and her 2 kids can sleep in my sister's in the middle room. And no contributions was made because my uncle didn't go to work. My uncle didn't go to work, and so no contributions was made financially, you know what I mean? And his wife was there, and my mom did go to her night job. And so his wife was there because she was there to like be the mom when my mom wasn't home because my dad and his brother was going out in the streets a little bit. They was not home all the time. And like I said, I didn't know what was going on till I got grown, but let's just say they wasn't home a lot. And so my aunt was there to like be the mom to us. And my older sister was older at the time, so she was helping her be the mom to us. But then that woman made some spaghetti with some ketchup. That woman made some spaghetti with some ketchup, and my older sister was like, we're not doing this, Mom. She's got to go. Like spaghetti with ketchup, they got to leave our house. Then my uncle got caught. The police came, they found him, they caught him, and his wife and his 2 kids stayed there for a little while. But then eventually they had to go. But it was like, dang, man. My mom took people in. My mom took everybody in. My mom serviced the community. My mom was like, she was like the boss of the village without the recognition. It was like she was the queen of the village. She took care of the whole village, but nobody didn't show her the respect as the queen. Nobody bowed down to her. And that pissed me off too, because you had these people talking nasty to my mom in these streets. You know what I mean? You had these neighbors that used to say stuff to my mom. You had these neighbors that treated my mom bad, said nasty stuff to her. And you know what my problem was? My problem was that my mom probably could have easily defended herself. What my mom was doing to us in that house, I knew she had it in her. I know she had it in her, but they wasn't her kids. And I said, Mom, they are just from God. Use the rod of discipline. These are insults from God. These are God's children too. They may not be your children, but they somebody's children. They're children of God. They use the rod of discipline on their asses because I'm pretty sure my mom couldn't handle herself in these streets. I knew my mom was strong. I knew my mom was tough. I knew my mom had the ability to swing her back. Okay. But these people on the streets used to say stuff to my mom, and my mom would say, oh, turn the other cheek. Oh, she didn't mean it. Oh, leave me alone, girl. Oh, mind your business. Oh, and go on in her house. And I'm like, So then I had to tell my sister, yeah, I ain't care. She's like, hey, listen, you know what this girl said about me? What? She said that to my mom. Yeah, let's go. Me and my sister was riding on. Let's go. Let's get it. They're not going to disrespect my mom. You got away with it with Linda. We ain't Linda. We Bubbles kids. We Bubbles kids, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, so we got busy on some of them, you know. Some of them was like, yo, say that about Linda again. See what happened to you. You know what I mean? But my mom always was turning the other cheek. She was such a nice lady, you know. 2 other people, we didn't think she was too nice to us, right? And then my mom started really going through the struggles with us because like my sisters had children. This is where me and mom came from. My sister had a child when she was a teenage pregnancy, and it was like, damn, Me mom was like, I tried to keep her out the hall. I tried to keep her out the streets. I tried to keep her legs closed, but here we go. We having a grandbaby. And when you just thought like, damn, man, my sister going to get thrown the fuck out. My sister's going to get a beat. Like, I thought all these bad things because me and mom didn't play that kind of stuff. So I'm like, my sister was having sex. I don't even know she having sex, but she out here in these streets. She doing whatever she want to do. She wilding. Then she got a baby and all this. And I was like, man, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. And me mom was just like, oh, well, come on. She got a baby. Bring him on in here. Y'all can stay with us a little bit, you know. And then my nephew was my nephew's son, brother, son, whatever y'all want to call him, because he was everything to me. At one point in time, he was like my little son. Most of my life, he was my little brother. Now that he's grown, he's my nephew because, you know, it is what it is. It is, you know, nephew, son, brother, whatever. I love him to death, right? But he's the one who started because he was calling me mom, and then she became me mom. And after that, she just been me mom because babies just started flowing. Babies just started flowing. My older sister had a baby. Then my younger sister hit that shit back to back. She had her babies back to back. What? She had her babies back to back. So me mom was like a double time grandma. And then I was always picking up stray babies. And then I had me a baby. And then I picked up stray babies. So I was tied up with I had 3 or 4 kids and only one of them was mine. You know what I mean? Like it was like babies just was coming. Babies. I was bringing home babies that my mom ain't never even heard of. They was 2. No, but I had goddaughter, you know what I mean? I was bringing home babies till I hear me, mom, this is another baby I found on the street. Now I ain't found on the street, but you know what I mean? I was a kid, dude. So every time I meet a girl or be part of somebody's family or part of somebody's friend, they go, you know, my baby just love your son. My baby just love your son. So he's the goddad, and my baby's gonna be at your house. So now me, mom, every time her son come around, every time Tyrone come around, he got another baby with him. He's just like, whose baby is this? Mine, me mom. Just take. Here you go. So me mom was me mom to babies that wasn't even her grandchildren. Me mom was me mom to babies that was her grandchildren. Me mom she just took in all the kids. All the kids, come on. All the kids, come on. Not to mention that me mom worked at the school. And she didn't just work at the school like as a lunch lady, like regular lunch ladies work at the school and just scoop the food. I don't know. Me mom used to go in them classrooms. Take them kids to food. And she worked with all the little kids, the Head Start program. So all these kids was from 3 to 5 years old, and me mom would come in and bring them food. Me mom would come in and help them change their clothes. Me mom would come in and wipe their face, wipe their mouth, talk to them, show them love, talk to their mom and dad. Me mom was doing more than what she was supposed to do because all she was supposed to do was bring them kids lunch. All me mom was supposed to do was bring them damn kids lunch. She wasn't supposed to be in there. Oh, let me tie your shoe, baby. She wasn't supposed to be in there. Oh, I bought you something. Me mom would buy other kids stuff. Me mom would see other kids not have no toys and go, I bought you a toy. Your mom said you didn't have no toys, so I found this toy. I bought it for you. You know what I mean? Me mom took care of the kids in the community. I go to the school. I go to my mom's job. I go into school, and she come in the classroom with the food, and all the kids, they, hey, me mom, hey, me mom, hey, me mom. Who kids are these? Me mom, these is not my nieces and nephews. Don't talk to me. This literally happened to me a few years ago. I'm in the store. A few years ago, I'm in the store. And this girl, she had to have been about, I'm going to say 8 or 9 years old. This little girl, she might have been 8 or 9 years old. She literally came in the store and she said, Uncle Tyrone, do you have $1? And I looked at this little girl up there. And she don't, that's not Madison. It's not Madison. And Maria, Octavia, Deja? No. Who is that? I'm looking around the store. Who is this little girl? Where's her mom at? Who's her parent? Because you ain't no niece of mine, you know what I'm saying? You're not no niece of mine. I'm not your uncle, little girl. Why are you calling me Uncle Tyrone? Why are you asking me for $1? I don't understand it. I did not comprehend what was happening here, right? So I go, okay, yeah, do I know you? And she goes, yeah, you're my Uncle Tyrone. And I said, how is that? Who your mom and daddy? Like, where did Uncle come from? And she said, oh, because me mom. Yeah, Miss Linda. I know her. That's my me mom. That's your me mom? That's your me mom? Yeah, I call her me mom. You know, she my me mom. So I couldn't help myself. Well, here you go. I guess I am your uncle then. Take the $1. Tell me mom said hello. You know what I mean? Because like that. She just me mom. She just was me mom to all the kids. And she's been working at that school for 40 years. Okay, so all of these kids grow up. They know it. They don't move. The people don't move. Most time, black people don't move. They stay in their same house. So it's been generations and generations and generations. Me mom done raised and then helped out with 4 generations of kids in this one particular West Philadelphia neighborhood, and everybody knows her. Everybody knows. And you know, my life is kind of messed up because I can't do nothing because everybody knows me too. All of the generations of women know me from their kids growing up. Ain't you Linda's son? Ain't you me mom's boy? Ain't you Tyrone? Me mom's son. Everywhere I go. Ain't you Tyrone? Me mom's son. Me mom's son. Me mom's son. Everywhere I go, respectable, they go, me mom's son. Everywhere I go, even if every bar, everywhere I go in the street, every time I'm trying to get some drugs or something, whatever I'm doing, if I'm doing something wrong in the streets, they go, hey, I know you ain't your brother's son. So my dad is known in the streets. Bad. Everything I try to do bad, I got to be Bubba's son. And anytime I'm doing anything good, anytime I'm dealing with children, basketball courts, anything like that, now I'm Uncle Tyrone because it's me, because me mom. Everybody know me mom. Me mom is the community. Me mom, she's everybody grandmama. And I'm just like, me mom, you got to stick to your own grandchildren. You got enough of them. You got a lot of grandchildren. I got a lot of daughters. Me mom, stick with them. You know what I mean? But me mom is just loving. She done took my kids in when I told her not to. When they mom was tripping and she put them out, and I said, they ain't coming to my house. I told me, mom, I said, me mom, them kids is not coming to my house. They don't listen. They don't watch the dishes. Me mom said, I don't care, Tyrone. You can't have your kids on the street, Tyrone. You have to bring them in. You know, me mom's the main reason why I even got married, because I was not marrying that woman. I was like, no. Me mom was like, yes. You have all these children. You having all these babies, and you ain't married, and you're not doing the right thing. Tyrone, I raised you better than that, son. Raise you better than that, son. How'd it turn out, me mom? How'd it turn out? Cancel the episode. I'm mad now. I was like, no. Me mom has a good heart. She intended a good thing. But the thing was, like, so now me mom's trying to be me mom, and her kids we essentially kind of turned on her. You know what I mean? She did everything to try to raise us right. She did everything to try to keep us on the good and narrow, and we just babies. And then the streets got my sister for a little while. And then my sister said, hey, come on, brother. Let the streets have you too a little bit. And I was like, no, I don't want to be in the streets. I still want to go to the Kingdom Hall. I still want to praise Jehovah. But it was like, the streets got some Jordans, though. You know what I mean? The streets got some first down jackets. The streets got a couple of dollars in it. And now I got this little girlfriend. And she asking me for micros. She wants some Timberland boots. She actually really does want to go on a few dates. And then, not to mention, and then once the baby hit, it was like, oh, shit, I need money. Babies need money, and all of it was just a whole plethora of things that was going on with me. I needed money. I needed to be out of the streets. I needed, babies was coming. I was taking on these children that wasn't even my children and was my children, whatever the case may be. I was just getting involved in a lot of things in which I needed a couple of dollars, and I wasn't getting them from me mom in my job. Yeah, I had a job, but it's like my job was the money that I spent, but then. I'm just saying, you know what it is. The streets can make that call, and sometimes you got to answer that call. Then the military made that call, and I was like, yo, I'm going to go be all I could be, right? And me mom was not very encouraging of me going to the military because that was also against Jehovah. And she said, Tyrone, just stay with me. Stay with Jehovah. And I said, no, me mom, I got to go. And guess what? Even though me mom didn't approve of me going to the army, even though me mom didn't want me to go to the army, even though me mom was like, no, the army's not the right thing to do, and I don't want you to die in a late son. Them letters was pop-pop-pop-a-lap-a-lap. You know what I'm saying? Them letters was pop-pop-a-lap-a-lap. I got the most letters through my military service. Every time I went away, basic training, no matter what, no matter where I was, me mom sent the letters. Me mom sent the letters. Every time there was that mail call, letters. My mom was writing me probably 2 or 3 letters a fucking week. I was like, me mom, what are you doing? It was almost like I didn't even have to use the phone. I talked to my mom every day. That's how I felt. She supported me, son. I loved you, son. She even wrote letters for my dad. My mom wrote letters for my dad because my dad was literally, he couldn't write letters. My dad didn't know nothing what was going on. My mom wrote all them letters for my dad. I know when the letter came and it said William Livingston on there, and I opened the letter up and it said, hey, son, it's your dad. Hey, yeah, it's my dad. Sure. This is me, mom. This is me, mom's handwriting. Sometimes she even wrote it a little sloppy. Sometimes the shit was even a little sloppy. And I was like, She trying to make it look like daddy wrote it. I know his signature. He signed it. He did. He signed it. My sentiments exactly, son. You know what I mean? He didn't write it, but me mom was very supportive of me when I was in the army. She wasn't supportive of me going, but she was supportive of me when I was in there. She was supportive of me coming back. She helped me with my children. She helped me with my finances. She helped me with my relationships. You know, me mom, all in all, overall, is a very good person. Was a very good mom. And despite her children, you know, my sister went succumbed to the streets. My sister went to prison. My sister's husband went to prison. My nephew had to live with her. My sister had to live with her. And me mom had got a house from her brother who died, and she nursed him when he was dying. She nursed him. She had her best friend die. She nursed her. She's seen a lot of her friends and family, her brothers, her mom, and everybody's just been passing away. And me mom just been keeping it moving. She's been taking care of grandchildren. She's been taking us in and out of her home. And anytime we had a hard time, everybody just come stay with me mom. Come live with me mom. Me mom gonna take care of you. She's gonna take care of your kids. She's gonna take care of her home. She's gonna make sure everybody okay. Me mom, who don't have no money and never made no money, somehow will pull $1,000 out of her bra if you need it. You know what I'm saying? Me mom would find $1,000 in that bra if you need $1,000, but I don't have no money, but she got the money. She knows where that. Me mom who handles her business. Me mom who pays her bills on time. Me mom who has stuck it out with her husband. And y'all heard what he was about. Me mom who has stuck it out with her children when out of 5 of us, she had 2 good ones. She had 2 good ones, I can acknowledge, okay? Me and my older sister, we know what we've done. I'm not putting it out there. My middle sister, that she knows. She knows what she put me mom through. But my brother, all in all, for the most part, was very, very, the streets didn't catch him. The streets didn't get him. He didn't belong to the streets. He didn't participate in the streets. And look at the young man that he's come to be today. Well, not young no more. He's old now. He's old now, but he was a good young man growing up, better than me. And then my baby sister, I can't say nothing bad about it. I don't know nothing bad about her to say. I mean, if she did hit the streets, if she did do some things, it was very much so covered up because I don't know about it. She's just been like a good little sister and a good mom and a good person in general for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So me mom kind of did our job because guess what? We still here. We still here. We all survived in a world that didn't want us to survive. In a neighborhood that definitely didn't want us to survive. And living lifestyles that definitely did not want us to survive. You know what I'm saying? Drugs, alcohol, street, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? It was a lot. It was a lot going on. And the me mom was the pillar. Me mom was the neighborhood village. Me mom was our village. Me mom is my mother. And I can't trade it for no mom. I can't trade it for no mom. And do I think that maybe had she made some other decisions in our lives that our lives could be better? It was like, it's not my place. Not my place. We are where we are because of her. Could we have been a better place because of her? Yeah, but we also could have been dead. I mean, I could have easily been dead. You know what I'm saying? Easily been dead. There were times where literally a talk with my mom saved my life. There were times when literally I was like, yo, me mom, listen, your boy is down bad, real bad. And she was like, no, you're not. No, you're not, because I'm here. Jehovah's here. She always linked that back to Jehovah. Jehovah is here. You can pray to him. He's still up there. He has not forsaken you, son. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, listen. It's not nothing bad that nobody on this planet can really say about me, mom. Not nothing. She'll give you the shirt off her back. She helps all strangers. She's taking care of kids. She's been that village. She's been part of that community. She's been everything for us. She's been a great grandparent to her grandchildren. Me mom is a wonderful person. Now, yeah, do we fight? Sometimes, yes. Do we argue sometimes? Yes. Do we disagree sometimes? Yes. Because me mom's not worldly. She don't understand the world. Sometimes I got to tell me mom, like, mom, that's not how it goes. Sometimes when we get in arguments with people, and me mom be like, why you say that to her? She didn't do it. Mom, calm down. You don't know how the world works. You don't know how people are in these streets. You don't know, you don't know what you're talking about. Sometimes we got a real me mom man. Sometimes when me mom be arguing with my dad, sometimes I hate it. I just be like, yo, Bubble is correct, mom. I hate to say it. Sometimes Bubble be right. Sometimes Bubble be right. Because sometimes me mom do be getting used and abused by these people. Sometimes me mom is naive to things that be going on around and things that be happening to her because she's so nice and just be like, no, me mom, that's messed up. Don't let nobody do that to you. Don't let nobody talk to you like that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So there's been issues with me mom. There have been issues with me mom, but for the most part, me mom is probably the most wonderful person I've ever known, even if she wasn't my mom. And there are a lot of people out here in this planet that'll tell you that me mom is the most wonderful person they've ever known. That's not my sisters, not my brother, not my children, not my nieces and nephews, not me. You understand? And so I'm going to end this by saying this. I've praised many a Lords. I've praised the Jehovah. I've praised the Jesus Christ. I've rubbed the belly of a Buddha. I've been down with the law. I've been down with every Lord on the planet. You know what I'm saying? I've been down. I've been religiously switching my religions, like, because I don't know for sure. I'm not sure what's up there. I'm not sure if there's plenty of entities or just one. I'm not positive, and I stand on that I've always told people that I'm not 100% on my religions. I try it. I study it. I hope to have my faith. I hope that everything goes right, and sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But with me, with God and all of that, I always am like, I don't know. If you're the one true God, I don't know. I'm always skeptical with me, and I'm skeptical with me. But I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say this right now, and I'm talking. And this may seem like a prayer. This may seem like a religion. This just seem like me just saying that in all fairness, in all livelihood, in all life, in all everything that I love and I know, if there is an afterlife, if there is a heaven, if there is a reward or a punishment for what you do on this planet, then I'm saying to whatever God there is, any God, whoever's in charge of it, that you better do right by me, man. Just do right by me, man. Because no matter if it's Jehovah, no matter if it's Allah, no matter who it is, do right by me, mom. Me, mom deserves the promise. Me, mom deserves the reward. When me, mom goes to the upper room, y'all better let her in there. Y'all better let her in there. Because y'all do know that I'm going to have to pass away too. And if there is an afterlife, and I go wherever I go, if I go downstairs and I see me, mom down there, whatever I've done on earth, let it be done in hell too. I'm gonna release the fairy. I'm gonna do everything I can. Like this is not gonna work out for nobody. I'm just saying to you. Now I'm not threatening. I'm not threatening. I'm just saying, Lord, if you up there, if you really is a Lord, if really is a God, really is anybody that has the compassion and the love and everything that we've been taught, that no matter what religion, we've been taught that God is forgiving, God is loving, God is passionate, God is fair, and all that stuff. We've been taught all of them things about every single religion that we've been in. I can't get this thing right on my head. I'm about to just give it up because I keep the camera's opposite and keep confusing me, and I'm just gonna give it up. But anyway. What was I saying? Oh, all these things we're told about God and the leaders and the religious gods of every religion, we've told the same thing. They're loving, they're compassionate, they're kind, they're fair, they're just, they're all these things. So if me, mom ain't going to the upper room or getting everlasting life on this planet Earth or getting whatever me, mom was promised throughout her lifestyle in the afterlife, yeah, she deserves that. She needs to get it. No matter who's up there, y'all take note of what me, mom has done on this planet. Okay, because she needs to get her reward. Okay, all right, please. That's my prayer. Look, I gotta put my hands, I gotta put on my head, whatever I gotta do. That's my prayer. Okay, and so with that being said, I'm gonna leave with that. And I do got a shout out this week because I promised my cousin. So let me go through my Rolodex of things. Not Rolodex. I'm old. Let me just go through my my things, okay? So my cousin has Latia's Catering. That's her name, Latia. And you know what's funny is I always thought her name was Tia. I called her Tia her whole life. Then I go on Facebook and it says Latia, and I said, Latia? I didn't know your name was La. I thought your name was Tia, but her name's Latia. And apparently nobody's name is Tia. Most people that's named Tia is Latia. I didn't know that. But anyway, that's digression. Her name is Latia, and it's Latia's Catering. Okay, and she's got home cooked food and desserts, beverages, and more. Home cooked food and desserts. And when I tell you, like, it's bomb. It's bomb for real. It's not like your cousin. It's not like your cousin. You know your cousin selling them platters out her house. That it's all right. But you know what I mean? This is like real good home cooked food, and she does birthday parties, she said, baby showers, she said, personal events, office parties, graduation. She do anything. She will cater anything. She will bring you chicken wings, meatloaf. You know what I'm saying? Mac and cheese. You know what I'm saying? Peach cobbler, apple pie, anything you want. She gonna hook it up. She gonna bring it. It's gonna be cooked, home cooked by her. She clean. She clean. She ain't dirty. I ain't seen no roaches in her apartment. Everything's nice. Okay. She will cook at your facility, won't you, cousin? She will come to your place and cook it if you want. Okay. You know what I'm saying? She does all of that. All right. So it's Latia's Catering, and the contact number is contact at 267 809 0303. The phone number is 267 809 0303. The email address is MS Purple, PURPLE 79 at gmail.com. That's our email address, misspurple79 at gmail.com. And it also says here a little side note that she supports autism. She supports autism too. She's a community person, supporter of the spectrum, the autism. She's just wonderful, wonderful person. And I mean, in general, she is a really nice girl. Don't play with her now. Don't play with her because I am her cousin. And don't play with her because she do got the same blood that I got going through her body. It's in my body. Like, this is legit, real cousin, blood cousin. So she'll get busy on you if you play with her. But for the most part, you'll have pleasant customer service. You'll have some banging ass food. She'll be on time. She'll be professional. Everything will be right. So call my cousin at Latia's Catering. If you got anything going on, a graduation, a birthday party, a baby shower, a personal event, office party, anything you want to do. If you want to have a barbecue and you don't feel like working the grill, call my cousin up. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? So that's Latia's Catering. I gave you the phone number. I gave you the email address. And with that being said, I'm out. Thank you for watching or coming or listening or whatever you're doing, however you're seeing this or hearing it. Thank you. I appreciate you a lot. And goodbye.